to the city streets, we began to feel the fire.
Alright, welcome back to Funny Computer Hub. So in this video, we are continuing from where we stopped. So we're going to learn how to fit text to parts. We're going to learn fit to parts, wrap text around, bitmap and vector image, and then bitmap effects. Let me add S effects. Okay, so I'm going to delete this thing, this text box, so that we'll do some practicals here. Okay, so fit to part, what does it mean? Let's say, for example, I just draw something. Let's say I decide to draw something like this. I used freehand to draw it. Okay, so I can place it like this. Then I type a text. Let's say, let me use this text now. Funny computer up. I just type the text. Then I want this text to just curve around this line that I've drawn. This my drawing, this is not straight, right? I want this text to curve around it. What can I do? I what I will do now is I'm going to select the text, go to, when you click on your object and if you're not able to see it, just go over to the next one. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to I'm going to select it, right click and carry it, place and hold your right button, right mouse button. Can you see now? Because I have like three, because I am holding down my right button, that is why my cursor is turning to this. Can you see? So once it gets to this part, I'll remove my hand and see something that will come in here. Okay, it's still showing only power clip. No, we don't want power clip. Oh, sorry, this text is curved. Wow, how come it was curved immediately? Okay, yes. Now it's not curved. I can edit it. Okay. So let's do that again. Can you see now? Can you see now? Fit text to part has come up. The reason why it's not it didn't show because this text was converted to curve, okay, mistakenly. So I'll select fit text to part. Can you see what happened? It will just fit the text. Don't mind this thing. I'll just um preview now so that you can see it clearly. Can you see how it is? It will just curve around the part. Okay, this is the part that I've just drawn. It will just curve around it. You can just double click on it and just decide to just walk around. You can also come to this precept. Can you see where I am? And select the type that you want. Okay, you can still carry around. I say I'm moving it. And if you want it to be by the behind the line, if you want it to be on top of the line, if you want to move it downward, just move it down. Can you see how it's moving? Okay, can you see how it's moving now? So that is it for fit to test. So being that fit is now fit to test, I can decide to straight, I can decide to remove it, okay, by clicking on straight. Or let's say for example now I want let me say this one more. I don't want this line to be together with the text. Okay, I just want the line to be, let's say for example now I want a text that will curve like this, right? But being that I cannot just, this text cannot just curve without something directing it, the part that you will curve. Okay, that is why I added the line, right? Let's say for example now I want a text that will just curve like this, and being that I don't want this line to be on it, I can decide to remove the line by using what we call break text apart. Select the text, look out for break text apart. Can you see break text apart? You can place Ctrl K on your keyboard. Make sure you select the text that you want to break apart, and then select break apart from object, or you place Ctrl K on your keyboard, then it will break the text and the line apart. Let me select it now. Can you see? I'll come here, click on empty space, then select the text, move it. Can you see now the text is now on its own? The text is now on its own. Can you see why the line is on its own? Okay, so that is it for break text apart. Okay, that is it for break text apart. Then the next thing we are going to do now, we are going to work on strengthening um this text. I'm going to, under text, you click on strengthen text. Can you see fit text to part? So fit text to part is under text. Can you see it here? Okay, then wipe our clip is under object. Okay, so fit text to part is under text. Then when you now want to make this text to come back to its normal state, you can click on straighten text. Can you see what happened now? This text will now return to its normal state. Let's say I have um let's say I have this object, or let me use this image now. Let me use this my picture now. So this picture is here. Then being that it has been proactive, let me just duplicate it. After duplicating it, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to now remove the image from the one that's behind. Okay, instead of me to just draw another circle here, I may not be able to get the exact circle. So but I'm going to duplicate get it by um pressing down my left mouse button and then draw. But before I draw, I make sure that I'm holding my shift button, right? Because my shift button will make all the sides to be duplicated. If I'm not holding down my shift button, can you let me show you what will happen? Let me show you what will happen. If I'm not holding down my shift button, can you see only this side will duplicate, but I want both this side, all the parts, I want all the sides to be moving. Okay, so once it moves, I'll just right click. That's another way to duplicate. Instead of me to just come here, and it's just the same thing, just for me to right click, just select it, get to where I want to duplicate it, then right click. Can you see now? Okay, but this one I want to just do as if I'm resizing it. Press down my left mouse button, then hold down the shift key and then draw it. Can you see once it gets to this point, I can see the outline showing me that this is the size of the circle, the size of another circle. Okay, once I'm able to get it, once I'm able to get it, I will now right click. I don't know what my system just did now. Okay, I'll just select it now. Can you see? Once I'm able to, if this is the size that I want, I will right click. But this is the size that I want. Once it gets it, I will just right click and remove my hand. Okay, let me now show you. Let me bring in this one. Can you see now? This one is there. Why this one is there? So I'm going to press Ctrl Z so that for this thing to come back to where it is. Because if I begin to draw it, begin to move it now, I may not be able to get the center. So once I press Ctrl Z to come back, then I'm going to press shift page down because I want the bigger one to go down. Can you see now? So I have to now remove the image, the power clip that is on this bigger one. Let's click on it, click on extract content. Oh sorry. I select the image, then I can select the circle, the one that is behind. I click on it, click on frame type so I can remove the line that is in it. Click none. Can you see now the line is gone, that diagonal line? Then I can decide to change the color to white, or I can still leave it this way, or I can still let the color be red. Okay, so and I want test to round to be around this circle. Okay, I want test to be around this circle. So what am I going to do? Let me use this test. I'm going to like click and then drag it. I'm going to like select this, right click and drag it to this point, remove my hand. Can you see? Fit text to path, fit text to path. I'll select it. Can you see now? I can now begin to draw it to the point that I want. Okay, if you observe this text, let me add color to it. White color. Can you see? This text is upside down. I can use the Milo icon. This is Milo horizontal, this is Milo vertical. So I have to Milo vertically and then pull it. I added white color to it. That is why it's on the background. Let me zoom it so that you can see what I'm doing. So it's on the background. So I pull it in. Let me now show you how it is. Can you see? I have been able to align it vertically. Let me now align horizontally. Can you see now? It's now showing. Then I will now adjust it. I have to adjust it. You can try to use this one to select the one that you want. Okay, I have to adjust. Okay, I can start to leave it at this edge. Then when I now break it apart, then I will adjust it inside, just downward a bit. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to enter the one that will be around this part. But before then, let me select this thing. Press Ctrl K on my keyboard to break text apart. Or you can still go up here, click on break apart. I've pressed Ctrl K, that is when you're not seeing this. So I click on empty space, select the text, then use my arrow to bring it down. I'm using the down arrow. That's how I'm just adjusting it. Okay, so another thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to let me just duplicate this text. Let me duplicate it, add it color. Okay, I'm going to strengthen instead of me to just type another text. Let me just strengthen this one and then use it for this downward. So I'm going to select it. Let me use this one. Click on fit text to path. Can you see how you just carry the whole thing? I'll come here, place it. So I'll now drag it to the point that I want it to be. Okay, I can now use the Milo in. Can you see it's upside down? Let me add white color to it so that you can see it's upside down too. I use horizontal Milo in so that the phonic should start from here. Then vertical. Can you see now it's now readable? I'll drag it. Okay, let's say it's okay like this. Then I'll right click here to break text apart. Okay, I'll select this, click on object, break text apart, click on empty space, then select this text and then use the arrow, my arrow key to adjust it. If you observe that there is outline on these boxes, I can start to remove the outline. When you select the box, just like click on this white box, that has a diagram on it. Let's click on it to remove the outline. When you like click on it, this thing will show none to show that there is no outline. But if I added outline now, let's say I added blue outline, I'll just like click. Can you see blue has come up here? Can you see there will be a blue outline around it? Let me zoom it so I can see there is a blue outline there. Let me zoom it. Can you see there is a blue outline? Okay, so that is for you to know that something is added there. If I want to remove it, just come here, let's click, it will go. If you want to add color, select it, just click, not right clicking, just click, it will add color to it. So I think this one look more amazing. Oh, I love the red. Okay, so another thing we are going to do now is that let's try to add, let's say, star or any other thing. Let me add star. I'm going to draw a star. I'll add its color. If you observe, there is outline on the star, I can decide to, instead of me to remove the outline, I can decide to add yellow color to the outline too. That means I don't want black color to be the outline. Just come here, like click on the yellow. Can you see now? Yellow color has been added for the outline. I'll just select it, drag, hold down my control key because I want it to, both of them to be on a straight line. So if you see, if I just put it here, once I place down my control key, it will just drag it down to the straight line of the other. Can you see now? So I will now right click so that, because I want to duplicate it, right? I'll right click so that it will be there. Can you see now? Can you see? That is amazing, right? So that is what we call wrap text around. This is how to wrap text around in Coreldraw. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is what we call bitmap and vector images. I'm going to work with this image. I'm going to place this image here. Okay, let me now bitmap this image. Before I bitmap it, let me show you. I'm going to zoom it. We're going to look at the differences. Can you see how this image is? Let me go back. Then let me now bitmap it. Convert to bitmap. Let me select RGB. Okay, so let's zoom this image to see what we're going to have. Can you see there is line? There is line. Can you see this image has line? Can you see the lines? Okay, let me zoom the other one. Are you able to see any line? So anytime, one reason why we bitmap our image, let me explain. Even it's not only our image that we bitmap. Let's say now you design something. Let's say you design a flyer for someone, or you design a, let's say, a program sheet that is about, let's say, 6 or 5 pages. Okay, and that person is not close to you. Let's say that person is not in the same city with you, and he or she says that, okay, we want you to send us the law file so that we can now open it on our system and then print it out where we are. Okay, most at times, if you now just come here, save your work, and then select the correct draw file and send to the person, most of the time it will find it difficult for the file to be able to open because the file is so heavy. Okay, so most of the what we did is that we just bitmap all the design. Okay, when you are to designing, let's say it has many pages, you bitmap all design. Let's say this thing is a designer, you select the whole design, convert it to bitmap, get to the second page, select the whole design, convert it to bitmap. That thing helps to make the design more lighter. yes, the design will not be heavy again, the design will be lighter. And again, the quality of the design will not going to change, but the design will not be heavy anymore. Okay, let's say for example, if you have experienced something, that is some of the things we explain depending on the kind of system that you're using. Let's say now you want to design a flex banner. Flex, some we call it banner, we call it flex. Let's say, let me use banner for example. You want to design a banner and that banner size is too big. Most of the times, whenever you are designing it, it's always hang. Yes, it will just start hanging your system. Okay, so one of the things we do is that obviously when you start hanging your system, means that the design and then the size is too heavy for your system. Okay, so and for you to send such file to another person, you don't know the quality of the system that other person is using. So the best thing is for you to bitmap it. When you bitmap it, it become as an image. Okay, when you bitmap an object or a design, a design, there will be object, typography, colors and all that, images. When you bitmap all of them together, you cannot edit them. Let me explain further. You cannot edit them. There's something that happened recently in our academy. One of my graphic design students asked her to design something. When she's still designing it, this thing have not been confirmed by the client. um she just, after designing it, she went and carry all her design, just like select all her design and convert it to bitmap. I was like, oh my god. And she's now asking me that she cannot edit it. I told her, you cannot edit bitmap object now. You have, is you are like, you have combined them, um permanently. That it means that you have grouped them permanently. Okay, if it's just normal grouping, now you can just group two or three objects and then still ungroup, right? So but now when you convert to bitmap, you have grouped them permanent. And what I mean by permanent is that she just converted it to bitmap and then went and save. Okay, but if she have not saved, she can just do Ctrl Z and it will return back to where it is. Okay, let's say now I grouped this thing. Let's say I group this object now. This one, you can see the two are moving together, right? So if I press Ctrl Z on my keyboard, I will return the effects that I have done. Can you see this one now is on its own? So if she actually converted all her design to bitmap, being that you have not saved the work, you just keep on pressing Ctrl Z, or come here, come and press undo. Okay, in order to return to the previous state of his design. Okay, so guys, that is it for bitmap. Then there's one, that the next thing we're going to treat now is bitmap objects, bitmap effects. Bitmap effects, this so amazing works. Bitmap effects, let's say I use, um let me start with object. I added this object now. We have amazing bitmap effects, amazing one for that matter. I want to just duplicate this object. I can use this one, drop it, then use this one for another thing. Okay, I'll select this, click on bitmap. Can you see all these things that are here? These are bitmap effects. Okay, I can decide to, if you observe, most ones will not work depending on the object that you are on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this object to bitmap first. It's not telling us that we are not one of us, you are not one of us, so I'm going to convert to bitmap. And then can you see them now? So this is 3D effect. Anyone that you want to select, let's say, let me select page curve. You see what will happen. Can you see now how it just curved the page, one side of the page? Here now, the direction of this page is vertical and then it's transparent at the paper. I can say curve horizontal. Can you see where it is? This one is selected. If I select this one now, can you see? If I select this one, it will curve here. Okay, I say okay, horizontal. I don't want it to be vertical. So It means that when it's curving here, it will just move down as if it's trying to go horizontally. Okay, so this is the width. I can decide to increase the width. I see how it's going. Okay, I can decide to reduce it. So that is it. Then the color, the transparency now, the 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 color here. Which color do I want? I can decide to select. I select it be red. Can you see now? It's not red color. I can, so okay, let it be yellow. Can you see how it is? So this one is the background. The background in there. So that is it. Once you are through, this is the preview. Once you click on preview, it will return it to how your object is before you added the effect. Okay, then I'll click on preview. Can you see preview? I'll click on it again to return it to the effect that you have added to it. If I click on reset now, it will change everything to how it is before I begin to make changes. So once I'm through, I want it to be like this. I'll just click OK. Okay, so I may not be able to do all the effects on this bitmap, but just take your time. Take your time. First of all, convert the object that you want to use to bitmap, and then take your time to do all that. Let's say bro. These are one of the effects that we use. Cushion bro. This is how it is. I can decide to make it this way. Okay, in some cases you can just use this in your design. You can just use it in your design. Once you are to click OK. Okay, depending on your design, you can just use it. Let's say now, let's say this thing is black, and I use this crucial blur here. And see how it is. Then I'll write my write up on it. Instead of me to just add a rectangle here, I'll just make the rectangle to be broad. Okay, so that is another thing you can achieve it using bitmap effect. So like I just said, you're just going to work on others. Let me not waste time doing all. There's a little lot here. We have texture. There's a little lot. There's a little lot. There are many. Just know that before you apply, you must. Well, let me add color to this. Let me add white color. Oh, I've converted it to color before adding color. Okay, let me convert to curve. Which one do we select? Noise. Find how it is. So it depends on the one that you want. Just select the color that you want. If you have added image now, you're going to see it more. Okay. Okay, so there is more for this. Let me select another one. So let me select contour. May not be able to see the effect of this. Okay, so there is more. Okay, so just know that there is more. This is 3D, and this 3D now, can you see emboss? May not be able to see this emboss clearly. Can you see the preview? Can you see how it is? Just at the edge. Let me click, let me zoom in so that I can see it clearly. The edge. The edge. Can you see what it did to it? So you can still apply this effect on a text. You can apply this effect on a text. Let's say for example I added only, sorry, let me just select only Fanik. Okay, I'll put it. Okay, so I can decide to click on convert it to bitmap first. Then I'll select the one that I want. Let's say texture. Can you see that is how it is? Let me increase the loftness. Can you see the loftness? Let me increase the size of the loftness. Let me reduce it a bit. May not be able to see it, but I'm going to zoom it so I can see. I'll just click OK. Let me zoom it. Can see how low. Can you see how low the edges is? The edges. Can you see how low it is? So I can decide to, okay, let me select another one. Let me select edit bitmap. Let me select edit bitmap. Or I can decide to select texture from here. Select plastic. But let me just leave this one. Okay, I believe you can see. Let me show you. Let me just click OK. Let me zoom it. Can you see? Can you see what happened? Can you see plastic? Can you see what happened? So that is amazing, right? It's not amazing. You may not be able to see it clear. Can you see? I just added, I added yellow. Can you see I just made it to be plastic? That is amazing thing to do. You cannot change colors again because I've converted it to bitmap. So that is cool, guys. So that is it for bitmap. Okay, just take your time. If you can apply this effect to an object and also to a text, take your time, learn through it, just practice. Okay, and then you see other effects that you can use. These are the things that you can use to make your design more amazing. All right, if you're here to subscribe to our YouTube channel, kindly smash the subscription button below this video and turn on the notification bell if actually you are watching this tutorial from our YouTube channel. And if you're watching outside our YouTube channel, I want you to tell me what you grab from this tutorial particularly, and I'll also be there to answer your questions if you have any question. Alright, I'll see you in the next tutorial where I'll be treating on how to import, export, and also more thing on this tutorial. Alright, bye for now.